Welcome back to the shed, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight and this week I've decided that apparently I hate my knees and my bike is in possession of 8 too many gears, and we're going to be turning Sven the XE beastie into a single speed. Why do I hate my knees this much? I can't quite answer that question. Doing a lot of commuting on them at the moment, and winter is here, more or less, so I thought I'd make a nice little winter diversion and also help preserve the remains of my 9-speed drivetrain to come back in the spring. To do this kind of job, we're going to need really basic tools, and basically all we're going to be doing is stripping off the cassette, the derailleur, the cable and the shifter. So we're going to drop a load of weight, we're going to put on a conversion kit. Hopefully we'll get away without needing a tensioner, but we have one just in case. And the only tools we're going to need are cassette removal tool, chain whip, big wrench, set of Allen keys and cable cutters to get rid of the cable and cable ties. I'm assuming we don't need to show you how to get stuff off, so take a montage time lapse. There we go. Taking stuff off is really faster. Put stuff on. Can't expect to derail ya. So the trick with a single speed conversion is to get a perfectly straight chain line from your sprocket and your rear free hub to your front chainring. If there's any deflection or bend in that, sure, the chain will take up, it's going to wind and grind everything up faster than it needs to. So the whole point is to get that as perfectly smooth and straight as possible to reduce both friction and wear and generally run as smooth as it possibly can do. To help us with that, our conversion kit comes with a series of different sized spacers, which we can put either side of that sprocket in any combination we want to ensure that perfectly straight chain line. So this bit might take a few attempts to help line it up, but if you have a look down the line, make sure your chain ring looks perfectly flat to you. You can take a rough guesstimate of where you need it to be to begin with, and start from that point and drop the wheel in and out a few times to make sure it's right before locking it in with the lock ring. Okay, let's try for fit. That actually looks pretty spot on. If the chain line wasn't straight, if there was any deflection, then you would just reset and try again to ensure that that chain was running as straight as possibly could be. So with our chain line checked, got this bad boy locked on, time to refit the wheel, measure the chain, cut, join the chain. Cool. Wheel goes in. Oh, that'll need aligned. Fucking hell. When we're measuring the chain for length, we need to ensure that there's adequate chain wrap around the teeth of the rear sprocket. If it's just coming down to a certain point there and then going slack, that's too little and it's going to jump and slip out the teeth. We want to get as far around as possible. If we need, we can always fit a tensioner if the chain needs to be a little bit longer. So let's offer the chain up. So we're going to measure up. Are we going to be... Oh my god, can we be that lucky? Can we actually be that lucky if we cut here, master link between? I think we're going to be that lucky. Oh. Breaking the chain. So just using the master link, one on the other. Plenty of chain wrap all the way around the rear sprocket. I've gone single speed, I've not gone fixie because I'm not mental. It's a little bit of slop here in the chain. That would probably be fine for commuting, but I want to keep that tension there for any off-road riding so that it wouldn't be rattling about because it might still come off. Even though I've got a nylon ride in the front, there's still enough length in that chain for it to come off. So to help prevent that, you'd fit a tensioner, goes in the place of the derailleur, and that would pull that chain down and hold it in place. So I think I'm going to ride that commute just for now. Fit tensioner maybe later on. But yeah, I think that's us. Good job. Predictably, because it's winter time. Stone cold, stone cold. Let's see how much weight we've actually lost. Lost the derailleur, shifter, cable, housing, probably the most weight of all, cassette. And this is a random mix of Dior XT 9-speed and Saint, so it's not going to be too weighty, but let's actually see what happened. So 1¼ pounds off. It's about over half a kilo, not to be sniffed at. So as you can see, we did fit a tensioner in the end. This one's a spring actuated tensioner, so it goes where your rear derailleur usually mounts and uses the spring to hold that chain in tension, take out the slack. It reduces the chain wrap slightly as opposed to the other kind of tensioner which pushes the chain up. The ones that push up are bolted, they don't move, they don't have a spring, but as they hold the chain up they do increase the chain wrap around the rear. Pros and cons for both. Why have I gone with single speed? Well, it's winter time. I don't want to wear it and grind everything else out. But that's a fringe benefit why I've really gone single speed. The real reason I've gone single speed is that it promotes smoothness as a rider. It's like an e-bike in some respects. But it's not like an e-bike, but it is like an e-bike. After a certain speed, there's no point pedaling. Depending on your gear ratio, once you're over 15, 16 miles an hour, you might as well stop pedaling and then not braking, slower into corners, smoother out of corners, pumping the trail instead of trying to pedal through stuff. You're going to get faster by doing that because there's no point pedaling. Single speed. I can't go to higher gear and pedal my way out, so I've got to brake smarter, brake less, brake smoother, exit corners smoother, slower in, faster out. And hopefully going single speed on this bad boy over the winter is going to help with that. On the plus side, it's also going to help with my commute. The bike's a wee bit lighter now and it's less likely to grind out. But we'll come back to this in a few months' time or weeks, depending how long it all lasts, and report to see if it actually does help with the things that I'm hoping it will. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, remember to give us a like and subscribe down here. And if you want to see more about this bike, check out the bike check here. There we go, check out the bike check there. Cool. Let's go back inside and find a cup of tea.